At XJuice2K wants to know, if you could implement a major modification to the NBA rules, what would it be? Example, adding the 3-point like.
I have a great.
No,
I have
going first.
An answer.
I'm going first.
All right, I will wait patiently.
My answer is I would eliminate 3 in the key. Defensive and offensive.
Why?
I want the big man to come back. I want players to be rewarded for being big and skilled near the basket. I feel like if you are able to camp the lane defensively and offensively, you are able to make much more of an impact as a big.
You know, that's a very interesting take, because originally it was removed because it was added because of Wilt Chamberlain just abusing everyone and dunking on everyone. Now we have the inverse problem. Everyone's just shooting threes.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I would love to see that experimented with. That's a good answer. That's a creative answer.
And I don't think there's a 3 in the key in international play. And that's why we have seen some players maybe struggle a little more and seen the international defenses be a little more tough.
The thing is, I can't imagine the NBA adding anything that could potentially slow down the scoring of the game. Do you think that'll increase scoring or slow it down?
Well, there's
FIBA only uses. No, FIBA does not use the defensive 3 seconds. So offensive 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about defensive 3 seconds in defense.
Well, that no defensive 3 seconds actually makes it harder for big men to score. It actually goes the opposite direction, because if there is an offensive 3 seconds, but there's no defensive, you could just camp your center in the paint.
But that also, I mean, I guess I could see that, but I feel like no defensive 3 seconds. I feel like that rewards like bigs who are able to pass a lot more. And
no defensive 3 seconds.
But also it makes bigs that camp the paint more valuable. So that's also another thing.
Like, well, I feel like no defensive 3 seconds, if anything, would make it so that teams would shoot more from the outside.
But do you understand, like, that makes defensive bigs more valuable? They're more viable.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. Like, for instance, there was a play. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but it was like dissected on Twitter or something. It was a cool play where Kawhi was dribbling up against the Jazz, and he purposely waited. He was looking at Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert had to, jump out of the key after 3 seconds. And as soon as he jumped out of the key, Kawhi crossed over and just drove right to the basket for a wide open layup, because he was just waiting for Gobert to get out. So in that case, in that instance, for sure would not happen. Gobert would just stand there, and it would definitely increase the big man's on defense for anyone who's driving to the basket.
Yeah, so guys, we are capping off the giveaway to the first 40,000 subscribers that turn on our notifications for the Laced Up podcast. All you have to do to enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X is subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to do us a favor, leave a like on the pod and let me know in the comment section down below when it's done. You'll enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X.
Also, guys, while you're here, this podcast, Laced Up, is also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It would be awesome if you could go check us out there, follow us there, and leave us a review. Now, back to the pod.
On offense, I wonder if it would make guys, again, too unstoppable. I'm not sure. I mean, already guys are shooting 70% at the rim. Like, what if you just literally could stand there and wait until the defense breaks down and just catch a lob for a dunk? Like, if you just stood there, like, say the Warriors just take James Wiseman and you're like, you are not moving. On offense, we'll run our offensive set. You're just standing at the basket. And if your man ever leaves you for a millisecond, we just throw you a lob and you just dunk.
But on the other side of things, that makes that rim protector more valuable. Like, with no D3, you got that guy, hopefully able to stop that lob.
It would be interesting. I'd be very interested to see a collection of games. I just feel like modern NBA offenses would exploit the hell out of not having to not having to move from the three offensively, the 3 seconds. I feel like you would just put a lob right there. If run your offense, Like, what if you had Clint Capella comes up for the pick and roll, it doesn't work? Okay, just go stand in the paint. Hopefully Trey breaks down someone off the dribble and then is able to drive.
Or
I don't know.
You have a defensive big that's able to move Capella out of the paint, maybe doing their work early. So it'd be interesting for sure.
It'd be interesting. All right, well, my answer for this, and if you guys are not with me, you're just dead to me. That's okay. I
actually have one more too. I actually have one more too. So.
I wish so much that the NBA made the clear path foul rule so much stricter. I wish that, because as it stands right now, I've made like 2 videos on this. As it stands right now, the clear path foul rule is just dumb to me. Like, the whole point, and keep in mind, I'm saying to make it stricter. I'm saying I want more clear paths called because I don't want the flow of basketball to be interrupted. My whole thing is the NBA makes several rule changes based on basically just pure entertainment.
Just take the international rule of no intentional fouls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Basically,
it
is an intentional foul. My whole thing is, all right, so I hate the fact that people call this a smart foul, because technically it is. I'll say, yes, it is a smart foul to foul someone on fast break, but I hate it. I think anything that interrupts the flow of basketball, that interrupts the enjoyment, the excitement, the highlight plays, where else are there more potential highlight plays than a team running a fast break on a 3-on-1? I don't get why you're allowed to just foul and stop that, especially when the NBA has a half-assed rule in place. They're almost there. They have like somewhat of a small rule. Like, we've heard of the clear path foul rule, of course, but if you're an NBA fan and you watch a ton of games like we all do, you might like barely ever see one. And the reason is because the rules are ridiculous. Basically, it's you have to be at like a certain point in the court. Like, once you cross, if you're behind half court or ahead of it, I don't know, one of the two, you can't be called for a clear path foul. If you're about to throw a pass to a man who is in front of you, all right, and the ball is on your fingertips and they foul you, even though there's a guy standing 15 feet ahead of you, ready to just catch the ball and put it in, not a clear path foul. But as soon as that ball leaves your fingertips, clear path foul. Hate it. Just I am a proponent for making rules, not of course all of them, but they already have a rule for this. I am a proponent of making this stricter so that teams cannot foul in the fast break. I think it's very simple, just you're not allowed to intentionally foul guys on a fast break. Would lead to more excitement, lead to more fast breaks.
That's
my argument.
I agree. I would like shot clock violations to be play-ons too. Can are salary cap rules allowed, or are we not doing that? Like,
go ahead.
Well, one thing I would like to see is I think role players are getting paid too much money at the moment. I'd love to see my guys getting bags, but man, role players are getting inflated salaries because of the top of the NBA. I would like to see the salary cap. I would like to see the max. I'd like to see the salary cap remain intact, but I'd like to see the max salary be eliminated. I want to see what teams would be willing to offer some of these guys, some of the top players, and I would want to see how teams would construct building their roster around, this rule. Or do the Lakers have Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Westbrook? If you got to pay LeBron $90 million or something, like, I don't know. So
That's a good point.
Would be interesting.
I remember it was like Mike Korzemba would probably know this best. When the Chicago Bulls had Michael Jordan, did they pay out like 90% of their salary cap to him? It was something like absurd like that. I don't think it's ever been replicated since.
Yeah, well, what Coop is saying, you're just saying, Coop, you're trying to blow up the NBA right now. You're trying to just, you're going into my league and just changing everything.
Yeah, basically it'd be chaos.
I don't know. That would be dude, that would screw you as a New Orleans Pelicans fan. If they
not really.
No salary cap, are you saying no cap on a contract or no cap on the salary?
No cap on a contract.
Okay.
No max contract. Yeah.
So that's different. So you'd be like, okay, so if one team wants to pay Luka $90 million, and surround him with
Exactly.
smaller guys. That would be interesting.
Exactly.
You know what? Listen, I'm gonna go
Exactly.
with you on that would be interesting, and I would love to see it play out in a simulation.
It would
Not
be
in
like
real life. Not in real life though, because in real life it would ruin everything.
Bro, that would screw you guys so badly.
No,
Why would
not
someone
really. We could build a great team, whereas some of these top-heavy teams would literally only have one, maybe
So
two
say
guys.
a team.
What would
Say-
Zion want from you? He'd want $80
Yeah.
million.
Okay, but I'm saying we could let Zion go, or we could try to build a great roster.
So
and
you
pay
just
guys-
created a scenario where you just let Zion
No, I'm
go.
just saying. Obviously, none of this is
Like,
real.
why would Zion, and then all these players will be incentivized to have, I see what it does. All these players will be incentivized to have their own team surrounded by a bunch of role
Exactly.
players.
That's the point.
But the thing is, what about a team like the Lakers that say, hey, Bron, we're going to pay you I don't know, $90 million a year. And we're going to get you also Anthony Davis, and we're going to pay him $50 or $60 million a year. The Lakers are freaking loaded, dude. You know what I mean? How does a team like the Pelicans
No, he
compete with
didn't
that?
say he said keep the cap in place.
Yeah.
Keep the
yeah.
all right.
Exactly.
Yes. But I will say there's two problems, major problems that I'm seeing right off the bat. One, places way less of an emphasis on drafting to the point where drafting might not even matter, basically.
No. Drafting would definitely matter because
then if you could just offer
there's
a guy
still
90
rookie
million.
contracts though. There's still rookie contracts, so you're still incentivized.
Yeah, but after 4 years, okay, so after 4 years, Zion's going somewhere. I mean, he just goes wherever he wants. So, yeah,
unless
you're
you
right.
want to pay him, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
You can
Zion
still
could just
keep
go-
the RFA and be like, okay, well, we could match any contract, and you could still make it so okay, maybe the team that drafts him can pay him more or something like that, So there's some interesting team dynamic, or maybe raise the max contract.
If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.